So our Narada Maharishi comes directly to the ashrama of Valmiki. Generally, when a Shishya does exactly what a Guru wills without resistance, then the Guru comes and visits the Shishya twice. First for the Uddharan of the Shishya, first time for the uplift of the Shishya, and the second time the same Guru comes for the uplift of the world using the Shishya. Now our Narada Maharishi is again approaching Valmiki Maharishi for Valmiki Bhagavan to reveal Rama Katha for the uplift of the entire world. And so when Narada Maharishi came to the ashram of Valmiki Bhagavan was already deep inside, constantly having, in Tamil we call Parabarappu, restlessness. It is divine restlessness, not the restlessness of the mind, but restlessness of the soul. How can a soul be restless? For Avatara Purushas, they can have restlessness of the soul. So here, our Valmiki Bhagavan went on chanting Rama, 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 Rama. He became a Brahmajnani, which means he has become a Jnani like Jadabharatar, or he has become a Jnani like whoever you can think of as a Purna Jnani. You see, he was a Jnani. But because of his Ramanama Japam, he also had this wonderful constant Smarana of Rama Gunangal. He knew that there was Ramachandra Prabhu. Every now and then he used to get a flash of this wonderful form of Ramachandra Prabhu. And the lovely guna of Ramachandra Prabhu was constantly resounding in his heart. He wanted to know, is this somebody who is my contemporary? I somehow intuitively think that he is living along with me here. Is he something who is divine? Is he human? Is he divine? Or is he divine in a human form? He had all these questions. And that is why it's called Rama Mantram, Mananat Trayate iti mantraha. If you keep on holding that divine name in our mind and repeat it again and again and again, it protects us. Trayatena, protection. And that is the reason why constantly he was actually divinely and delightfully hounded by Rama Gunam in his heart. When you have such a state, will Narada Maharishi not come back? He came. And the moment Narada Maharishi came, our Valmiki Bhagavan knew that he had something very important to do. And he did not think, I want Dharma to be upheld, so let me write a Dharma Shastra. He didn't think that way. He wanted to tell the story of Ramachandra Prabhu. That was his heart, that was Guru's heart. When you truly love somebody, then the two hearts become one, isn't it? Then no spoken word is really required. A spoken word is merely a trigger. We understand just by the presence of the one whom we love. And the greatest love, the most selfless love, is the love an Acharya or a Guru has for their Shishya. So Narada Maharshi has in his heart that Valmiki Bhagavan is now ready, he is now prepared to actually present Rama Charitam, Ramayanam to the whole world. And Valmiki Bhagavan is ready with Rama Guna running in his heart. At this critical juncture, our Narada Maharishi comes to Valmiki Ashrama. And the moment our Valmiki Bhagavan does his respects, pays his respects to the Guru, prostrates to him, he is asking the question immediately to Narada Maharishi. Kon vasmin sampratam loke gunavan kascha viryavan dharmajnascha kritajnascha satyavakyo dridhavrataha charitrena chako yuktaha sarvabhuteshu kokitaha. Immediately he is asking, Kon vasmin. The moment, our Guru comes in, immediately the Shishya is pouring out the questions. He is not saying, please tell me the story of a person with great qualities. He knows exactly what are the qualities which is running in his heart. So he is asking those 16 qualities. And why qualities? First thing he is saying, Sampratam loke, today in this world, as my contemporary, whom I can see, whom I can touch, whom I can talk to, whom I can listen to. I want such a person. Don't tell me this ideal guna is somewhere in Vaikunta or in Kshetrabdi. That I don't want to know. Bhagavan being Bhagavan is not a great thing at all. I want to know a person who is born as a human. Don't tell me he is a Deva. Don't tell me he is a Gandharva. Don't tell me he is a Kinnara, Siddha, all that. He should be human. Sampratam Loke. And what does he want? Gunavan. First thing which attracts a Bhakta is the Gunam. The love or not the presence of love is due to the qualities and character of the person. If the character and qualities of the person are all grand, obviously all of us would love that person. And so he's asking, tell me a Gunavan Kaha and Viryavan, the person with Paurusham, Viram, you see. And then he's saying, tell me one who knows Dharma fully, and not knowing Dharma alone is enough. Kritagnyascha, the one who knows gratitude completely. Satyavakyo, the one who would always speak the truth alone. Jikhva taki asatya na bole, says Narsi Mehtaji, for a Vaishnava. So he is saying, I want to know if some person is there who is always Satyavak. And not only that, the first 10 years he was speaking the truth, first 10 years he was staying in Dharma, then he went to some other place, everything changed. It should not be like that. Dridhavrataha. Right from the day he was born to the day his Leela gets completed, the one who would never go away from the path of truth and Dharma. I want such a person's story. Is there somebody like that? I want to know. How do I know whether a person's quality or character is blemishless? Not by self-declaration, not by somebody else's certificate. The easiest reflection of one's quality and character is the actual history of that person, charitram. The life history of the person should corroborate with all the qualities which we celebrate in a person. Obviously, we can never celebrate a human being with all these qualities because nature of human beings is always subject to change. There can be people who have been so devoted till one point of time and suddenly they become an astika in the Kadalam Kekurame. You see. So we can never ever think that a human being can have all these characteristics all the time in all walks of life, in all his roles. Kashta. So he is asking a very rare question. Tell me if there is such a human being who is charitrena chako yuktaha, the one whose life history corroborates to all these qualities, and sarva bhuteshu ko hitaha. How is he conducive to the well-being of the entire existence? So compassionate that not even an ant is left to suffer. I want such a person. Vidwan kaha. He should also be knowledgeable. Kas samarthascha, also smart. In Tamil we say, Nalavana arda poradu, Vallavana murkunu. He should be good, he should be smart, he should be intelligent. Kaschaika priyadarshanaha. And that is his own anubhava. This is a lovely word. Kascha eka priyadarshanaha. Which means he is saying that he should be having such beautiful qualities and also a wonderful rupam to look at. Is to such an extent that generally in English they have a proverb called familiarity breeds contempt, isn't it? If you keep looking at the same, we keep saying that I'm seeing the same shakal all my life, I'm getting bored with it. More I see, the more the love should actually spring from my heart. The more love springs from my heart, I want to see that person even more. And it goes on like a virtuous cycle. So he is saying, Kascha eka priya darshana. And to an extent that there is a problem with such a person. Hanumanji says, there is only one problem with Ramachandra Prabhu. What is the problem? Eka priya darshana. Once I go to Ramachandra Prabhu and have seen Ramachandra Prabhu's beauty and comeliness and handsomeness, I am not able to see anybody else in this world. Problem, you see. Where yarim paakave pidikkalendra eka bhakta. And that is the beauty of bhakti. He calls it a problem, but that's what bhakti should be, one-pointed. And he's saying, Atvavanko, who is the one who is completely in control of himself. Jita krodaha. You know what? The greatest certificate to an husband that completely all the senses are controlled by my husband has to come from the wife. She knows him in and out. Our Sita Mata is telling Hanumanji, I have never seen a person who controls his senses, Atmavan, like Ramachandra Prabhu. Atmavan. Jita Krodho, one who completely wins over Krodha. Wins over Krodha na enartham. Suppose I win a medal na, I have the medal. I will use it when I want to. But I won't let the medal use me. So Ramachandra Prabhu will take Krodha if he wants to. He waited 3 days and 3 nights in the seashore of Rameshwaram. And he said, let Varuna Bhagavan do me a favor by, park the way so that I can cross and go. And Varuna Bhagavan didn't oblige. Then he said, Arjuna, Chapamanaya, I am going to completely dry all these oceans right now. He can. And that Krodha came, Varuna came out running, falling at his feet. You see. Jita Krodha, Dyutiman ko Anasuyaka. Dyutiman. Abdina, the face has that brilliance. When we do more and more japa, then the face will have that brilliance. It will have that kanti, dyuti. And Anasuyakaha, the amount of, Anasuya means completely no jealousy at all. And to such an extent that he is telling Bharata, saying that if you rule the kingdom, I will get the joy of you being joyfully ruling the kingdom. I will share the joy of your success. Sonda Tambi. That is the greatness of Ramachandra. Anasuyakaha kasya bibhyati devascha jataroshasya samyughe. And he is saying the one who controls Krodha, one who controls anger, but the moment he is angry, all the devas should actually shiver and shudder. And the Mari or anger varanama. If Ramachandra Prabhu was born as a sadhu or a Vedic Pandit, then all this won't be good for him. He was born a Kshatriya. Kshatriya nale dandaniti da, finally. It is the coal, that is the staff he has in his hand. Dandaniti. People should be afraid of him. Not afraid of him unnecessarily. Afraid of him when they do something wrong. There has to be fear. Tapulladala. You see. So, Jata Roshasya Samyuge Yetachichyamyaham Srotum Param Kautuhalam Hime. He is saying, I am now getting tremendous joy, I am getting tremendous enthusiasm and eagerness to listen. If such a person is there, I want to know about that person. Maharshetvam samarthosi nyatume evam vidam naram. Can you tell me a nara? Can you tell me a human who can act, who has all these qualities and who is contemporary, who lives in this world, whom I can meet if I want to? The moment Narada Maharshi heard how much joy a guru will feel when a Sishya is totally aligned to his vision. Can you imagine? When a student is completely aligned to a teacher's vision, that is the greatest joy, na? Shrutva Chaitat Trilokagno. Our Narada Maharshi is Triloka Sanchari. Vyasa Bhagavan says Narada Maharshi is like Suryan because there is no place where light can't enter, isn't it? And he's also like Vayu. Vayu knows inside and outside of everybody. Surya knows everything of everybody outside. So our Narada Maharshi knows what is happening in our heart. He knows what is happening in all the 3 worlds. So Trilokagno Valmiki Narado Vachaha Shruyatam iti. Listen, he said. He was so happy. When you are very happy and you want to say something very important to you, you immediately say, listen. Of course, when you say, people will listen. But it shows the enthusiasm. Hey, listen. Abdiye varudhu parunga. Idha itihasam. Pratyakshama theriyum. Shruyatam ichicha amantriya prakrishto vakyam abravit. Felt very happy that he asked this question. And he started saying, oh my God, Valmiki, you asked me all these qualities, but if I say yes, it means it's only this qualities. Bhagavo durlavas. Oh, it is very difficult for me to find somebody who has all the 16 qualities which you talked about. But I will tell you somebody who not only has the 16 qualities, but more than 16 to an extent that any good quality you can ever imagine, all over time till eternity, it will be there with Ramachandra Prabhu. Suppose you suddenly dream of a great quality and you read Ramayana or Ramacharitra, that quality will be there with Ramachandra Prabhu. One quality salata. Ramachandra Prabhu, when you do something wrong, Ramachandra Prabhu will not point out to you more than once. Summa kutta matar. Oru 10 varsham munnadi appdinu aarambikka matar avaru. You see? Our Lakshmana Swami did something which is unimaginable to the Ramachandra Prabhu as a human. He told him clearly, take care of Sita Mata when he is chasing our Maricha, the deer. And Lakshmana Swami said there, then you all know there was a little altercation. Sita Mata was very concerned. Lakshmana Swami was pushed to a corner. And so he told Sita Mata, please be inside, and he did all the prayers, and then he left running, and Ramachandra Prabhu vanquished our Maricha, came back, both of them meet. Ramachandra Prabhu was very upset. He says, I told you to stay there. So what if she says something? Who is more important? My word is more important or hers? What if she complains? So what? I told you to stay. Why didn't you stay? Now I am really concerned. And Ramachandra Prabhu's hands were trembling. He caught hold of Lakshmana Swami's hand and ran towards, found Sita Mata missing. Can you imagine the blunder done by Lakshmana Swami there? He did not repeat, why did you leave her and come once? Entire Ramayanam, this is never repeated. Ramachandra Prabhu will lament, he will cry. When you come down as a human, you should undergo all the emotions of human, including fear, including sadness. Everything Ramachandra Prabhu experienced. Crying, looking tree after tree, asking all the little Lata, saying that did you, Lata na creepers, saying did you see Sita Mata, did you see Sita? But then he didn't ask Lakshmana Swami, see the whole Ramayana, he didn't repeat. He didn't ask him again, why did you leave her? He didn't. He lamented, he cried, all that happens. But he won't. It is very difficult. If you think of a great quality, if you even think of great quality, suppose you might have got it from Krishna Charitram, or Narasimha Bhagavan's Charitram, or all the Mahatma's Charitram, Ramar would have it. Abdindra Valmiki. Narada is saying, Bhagavo durlavas ye tvaya kirtita gunaha mune vakshamyaham buddhya tair yuktaha shruyatam naraha buddhva tair yuktaha shruyatam naraha. I will tell you, you listen, I will tell you. And he goes on to talk about the greatness of Ramachandra Prabhu, wonderful gunas of Ramachandra Prabhu. He says 64 gunas. You ask, yeah, 16, I will give you 64. And then he is saying, Prajapati Srama Sriman. When it comes to his prosperity or the amount of abundance he has, is equivalent to Brahma. Data Ripunishu Danaha. He is a great Data. He will completely vanquish any foe. Rakshita Jivalokasya Dharmasya Prarakshita. He completely protects everything, including flora and fauna. Jivalokam. Not just humans. He is the Raja for plants. He is the Raja for animals. He is the Raja for humans also. And then how does he actually protect the entire earth like that? By protecting Dharma. Rakshita Jiva Lokasya Dharmasya Parirakshitaha. Once you protect Dharma, Dharma will protect us. Na? Once there was a wonderful Veda Sammelanam in Chennai. All the great Vedic Pandits were all given awards, and they called our Swamiji to speak. And he started by saying, these are the great Mahatmas who has protected the Vedas. Suddenly his face reddened. Then he did this and said, இப்படி சொன்னது அபச்சாரம் வேத மாதா இவாளெல்லாம் காப்பாத்தின்னு இருக்கார் அப்படின்ட்டார். You see, which means you protect Vedas and the Vedas will protect us. Na? So which way we want to see? To think that I am protecting the Vedas is arrogance, but to remember that it is Veda Mata who is protecting me is humility and humanness. Na? So he is saying, once we protect Dharma, Dharma will protect us. So Dharmasya Parirakshita, Rakshita Swasya Dharmasya, Swajanasya Cha Rakshita, in that order. One cannot preach Dharma without following his own Dharma. So Ramachandra Prabhu followed his Dharma to the dot, to an extent that nobody can point a finger. Now you may all be enraged because one dhobi, one person who washes clothes, said Sita Mata has a little blemish. I am not like Ramachandra Prabhu to take you back and all that. Ramachandra Prabhu thought, why is he not a part of my Janam? Even a voice of one person should be respected in our standard. You see, whether you agree or not is different, but you have to look at it from the heart of Ramachandra Prabhu if you can. Illana kanna mudikongo. You see, don't do apachara. Ena Ramachandra Prabhu engiyo irukar. If we can't fly to his level, you can just puriyalappa poinde irukka vendiyatha. You see, ena that's Ramachandra Prabhu. And Rakshita Swasya Dharmasya, he protects his dharma and hence protects his Swajanas dharmas also. Swajanasya cha Rakshita. And then he says, Sarvaloka Priya Sadhu. And Ramachandra Prabhu, being a Kshatriya, is a sadhu, very good and a very gentle man. Gentleman tele abdina, adha irukadile romba difficult certificate to get, the equivalent of the feminine gender lady nu vechukonga therla enakku. But our Swamiji said the greatest certificate you can get from the world is that you are a gentle man or a gentle woman. You see, that's the greatest, na sadhu. Sarvaloka priya sadhu adhina atma avichakshanaha sarvata bikata sadbihi samudraiva sindhubihi. Because Ramachandra Prabhu has ornaments of all these wonderful qualities, all the good-natured sadhus rush towards him like the rivers rush towards an ocean. You see, the final destination of a river is an ocean. Likewise, for any sadhu, anybody who is dharmic, their final destination is Ramacharanam. And the river's pati is the ocean. So for all the Bhagavatas, pati is Raghupati. And for the rivers, the vidhi or the destiny for the rivers is to go and join the ocean. So the destiny for all the sadhus is to find final repose in the feet of Ramachandra Prabhu. And the river runs with tremendous passion to go and join the ocean. Likewise, all the Rama Bhaktas have this tremendous rati to go and finally find repose and peace in Rama Charanam, Rama Dhyanam and Rama Charanam. You see. And he goes on to explain Ramachandra Prabhu's wonderful gunas. And then he says, now I have told you all this. The reason is I want you to write Ramayana in detail. And Narada Maharshi gives a very concise Ramayana. That itself is choicest words. So he told, please do this, Ramayana. He tells the entire Ramayana. Narada Maharshi very happy. Take care. Valmiki Bhagavan is now thinking constantly Rama. Now for the Rama Nama, he has a lovely form. Narada Maharshi gives a lovely form of Ramachandra Prabhu also. Ajhanu Bhagum Amarachita Pada Padmam Kodanda Mandita Karam. Ramachandra Prabhu's on the Neela Meni Snigdha Varnama. The word used by Valmiki Maharshi, he could have said dark cloud bearing color no sollirkalam illaya. Dark color or greenish blue color. He said Snigdha Varnam. Snigdham garadalenda sneham nu varudhu. Snigdha Varnam means when you look at Ramachandra Prabhu's Rupam and color, that itself makes your heart go and stick to him. Snigdham. Snigdham na thicker. And so our Valmiki Bhagavan, Rama Rupam, Rama Gunam, Rama Charitaram, Rama. Aha. என்ன ஒரு ஆனந்தமோ ராமர் அப்படினாலே என்ன அர்த்தம்னா ரமந்தே அந்த that which gives tremendous bliss to the yogi's heart is called Ramar. You see, Ramante, Sachidanandam, so he was filled with that Rama Gunam, Rama Chintanam, Rama Rupam, Rama Namam, Rama Charitam. He was going, and now immediately he had to go and do his afternoon ablutions. Bharadvaja, come with me. One of his Sishyas, Valmiki Bhagavan, with the tree bark and a wonderful tied, the Jadamudi, and with a small kamandalu in his hand, walking with his padukas, tuck, and is going close to the Tamasa Nadi, along with our Bharadvaja, one of his Sishyas. And while he goes there, he sees this Nadi going very beautifully, Tamasa Nadi, Jammanirk. It is like sparkling clear. And now he is a Kavi, plus he has been blessed by Narada Maharshi. Now he sees everything in a poetic way. He is saying, look at this wonderful Nadi, the sparkling clear waters which is holding. Does it not look like the heart of a sadhus which is very transparent, clear, cool, and always going towards the ocean of mercy which is Ramachandra Prabhu? And he was telling, already poet. While he was enjoying this wonderful lush greenery, all the parrots and crouchas, all the herons and cranes running here and there. Everybody was in pairs, 2 parrots running there, 2 herons, dancing. And he was enjoying all that, drinking into this wonderful Prakriti, which is nothing but Sita Mata's expression of her love towards all of us. And when he was doing all that, he saw two herons, Krauncha Pakshina, heron, cranes. And they too were very intimately, loving each other. At that point of time, suddenly a hunter killed the male heron and the female heron was crying piteously. The moment he saw this, who was Valmiki? He was a hunter, na? He did all that. He did all that a few years back. No, but when he did Ramanama changed his entire nature, isn't it? So the moment he saw one male heron killed by an arrow and the female heron crying, he looked there and he saw a hunter there. He was completely shrouded by sorrow, and then immediately from his mouth came an imprecation. Ma nishada pradishtam tvam agamashashvati samaha yat krauncha midunadekam avadi kama mohitam. Generally when Mahatmas, when they open their mouth, only Mangala Shabdam will come, na? But here he is giving a curse. Ma nishada pradishtantam. Nishada, hey hunter, you won't live long. Why? Because you killed. When these two herons were having a happy moment, you killed one of the herons there. You will die very young. Then he looked at it. He thought, oh my God, when I was shrouded with sorrow, that's an adverse emotion, na? It has put a verse in motion. Verse na sloka. The adverse emotion has put a verse in motion which looks like a curse, just a notion, you see. Then he looked at and said, my goodness, what a verse this is. Adu rumba focus aayirtha work. More than worried about why did I tell an imprecation or a curse, he was so confounded by the perfect symmetry of the verse. Ma nishada pradishtam tvam agamashashvati samaga yat krauncha midunadekam avadi kama mohitam. Perfect symmetry. Nalu padam adala perfecta. The words which are like sharper words and blunter words are perfectly in that order. He said, first time in human history or shlokam ipdi vandirukku. A verse. Shlokam nale, it has 32 letters. There is a proper syntax with 4 padam. And Rumba Raga Mahatma say the shoka led to a shloka. You see, the soka or the sorrow of seeing such a lovely scene suddenly came to a halt. That shoka led to a shoka. Valmiki, when he was so sad and angry, would you perfectly sing a shloka and give a curse? Sarigama padani nasama poniyani. Bhriya solluvom. When you are angry, we'll shout immediately. Will you sing a song when you are angry? That's why Valmiki was totally confounded. When I'm angry, how can a sloka come from me? Like a perfect song. Something is there in that sloka. Then he was constantly thinking about it. At that point of time, he finished all the ablutions. More than sadness that he cursed, more than the heron. Now the sloka started pounding him. Something is there in the sloka. I didn't plan for this. It has come out so beautifully. And he sat down constantly thinking about the sloka. In his state of samadhi, Brahma appeared. Brahma came, Chaturmukha Brahma. And then he said, look here, it is I who sent my son Narada first. Then I sent my consort Saraswati in form of shloka in your tongue next. Now I myself have come to tell you that this sloka would herald a wonderful new dawn in the humankind in form of Kavyam. There will be a new literary, a treasure for these humans apart from Vedam. Vedam was the only thing people used to chant then. Now our Valmiki started a new tradition because blessed by Brahma, blessed by Narada, blessed by Saraswati, from now on there will be Kavyam. Kavyam na literature. And then he said, please write our Rama Charitram fully and don't worry, what you actually spoke as Manishada Pradishtam Tvam Agamas Sashvati Samaha is not a curse, it is an invocation to Srinivasa Perumal. Yena Ma Abdinale Devi Nartha Lakshmi. Number Thayar is Ma. That's why Manishadana Srinivasa. Because generally when you start any Grantham, you start with a Shri Sabdam. Na? Shri equivalent of Shri is Ma. Nishada. Ma Nishadana Srinivasa. And now this invocation is for blessing. He is saying, hey Srinivasa, you, because you killed one, Krauncha also means Asuras, you see, Rakshasas. So you killed one of the two Rakshasas, which is Mandodari and Ravana. You killed Ravana. Why did you kill Ravana? Kama Mohitam. Because he had a misplaced lust for the mother of the universe. So he killed them. So you shall live long. Palland. You see, the first verse which came to the first Kavi was itself praising Pallandu to Srinivasa Perumal. So he says, Tvagama Sashvati Samaha, you shall live forever, eternally, because you vanquished one of the two Kraunchas, one of the two Rakshasas, who was actually Ravana, and you did that because he was Kama Mohitam. He was completely engulfed by lust, and so may you live forever. And now he felt very happy. Then he understood it's all Kripa. And the moment our Brahma blessed him and left, our Valmiki just waited. All the wonderful ornaments of language, grammar of language came in search of him. How can it come in search of him? There are two ways in which you can compose a poem. One is by the very difficult way of studying grammar, studying other poetry, cut paste, finally we write a poem. Other way of actually having such a poetry is by the Kripa of Bhagavan. When Bhagavan wills you to write a poem, like Sundaramurti Rayanar, our Sivaperuman said, Sundara, un Sundara Tamil Ketkallavo, ummai aatkondom, abdina pitta, pirai sudi, Perumani thana undurthi. He never wrote a poem before. Bhagavan himself wants to listen to Stuti. Bhagavan is Stuti Priya. Nijastuti Priya. For a normal human being, none of the Stuti will be permanently applicable. It may be applicable in one walk of life. Rumba the periya charitable person. You see. So, but real Stuti we can do only Bhagavan or to our mother. You see, Tayar. Other than our, Sita Mata, Ramachandra Prabhu or Hanumanji or Lakshmana Alvar or Bharata Alvar, real Stuti we can't do anybody. So, Bhagavan loves Stuti. And so when Bhagavan wants to listen to his own Katha, he blesses all this. That's why it says, Tadupagata samasa sandhi yogam samamaduro panathartha vakya baddham. He automatically, this sandhi and all these wonderful samasam, etc., all these which are very unique to Sanskritam, everything came in search of Valmiki, because the language wants to actually bloom or blossom through this wonderful first kavya of Valmiki in form of Ramayana. Raghuvara charitam muni pranitam dashasirasascha vadam nishamayadvam. So immediately our Valmiki started all daily vararbichirtu. Tana the slokas automatically came coming out from Valmiki Bhagavan. And then he thought, I need to actually get somebody to, tell this to people. And he was looking around. Two wonderful children just finished Vedas. They were ready for the next subject. And he looked at them, both were Lava and Kusha, Ramachandra Prabhu's own children. He said, perfect. He realized, Allah, divine plan. Exactly when I am ready to give Ramayanam, or just before, it all back work then nadakum. That's how your life and my life is run by Bhagavan. Once you submit to his will, it will all be back work. When you have a project, how do you plan a project? Delivery date la aarambichidane pinadi varum. The delivery date ku enna peru? Deadline nu peru. So death na bayapadadinga, adha onnum periya vishayam illa. Likewise namakku idan deadline. For him to attain me when he passes away, when should I push Ramayanam in the hand? When should I push Rama Nama in his lips? When should I push him into a satsanga? When should I bring a Sadguru into his life? Bhagavan plans. Abadidan nadakkarthu. Nothing is without plan. You see. Ena perfect system. Like how our earth, sun, etc. is running with a system. If it's no system, everything will be chaos. Na? Likewise, namba vaalkayum, I believe it's a perfect system, perfectly backworked. Bhagavan's plan, our Sita Mata should be sent when she was still carrying Lava and Kusha to Valmiki's ashram. and they have to be born there. Correcta, they have to finish Vedamata. Narada could have come 10 years back, he didn't come. Correcta, when these two were ready, he comes, inspires him. When Ramayana is ready, somebody to tell Ramayana is also ready, and they happen to be perfect children of Ramachandra Prabhu, who is going to unite Sita Mata. Idalla accidenta. This is how our life works. Once a person went to Bhagavan Yogi Ram Surat Kumar of Tiruvannamalai, and he said, Ram Nam does all miracles. He said, yes. Bhagavan, show me a miracle. Why are you looking for a miracle elsewhere? Don't you see the whole universe is a miracle? Your life is a miracle. My life is a miracle. When you think of it in the long canvas of time, you find everything is so miraculous. Each of you, when you were in kindergarten, never thought you will sit in Melbourne. You see? You see? And that's why our Valmiki Bhagavan was ready, and he looked. At that point, Lava and Kusha came down and then prostrated to Valmiki Bhagavan and then stood there. Valmiki Bhagavan understood, oh, these are the chosen ones. Satu Medhavino Drishtva Vedeshu Parinishtitau. The moment he saw these two, Medhavi, their memory power is incredible, intelligence is incredible, the form is beautiful, their tone is so sweet, and they are so pleasing to look at. Vedopa Brahmanarthaya Tau Agrakhayata Prabhu. So he thought, for these people who have just finished Vedas, they have to understand the commentary for Vedas. The commentary for Dharma is Ramayana. So let me make Ramayana as a commentary of Vedas. And that is the reason why our Valmiki Bhagavan got it ready. Kavyam Ramayanam Kritsnam Sitayas Charitam Mahat. Valmiki thought, the great charitra of this, my sister who is staying just in the next cottage called Sita Mata, it is her charitram. This Lava and Kusha didn't even know that. You see, they didn't know that they are telling their family story. And Paulatsya Vadam Ityevam Chakara Charita Vrataha. He thought, I will name it as Sitayas Charitam Mahat. This is the great charitra of Sita Mata, or it is the story of the vanquishing of Ravana, Paulasyam. Pulastya Maharishi's son. Then he called everybody in, and their voice was beautiful. And generally, if you read Ramayanam, adhe romba azhaga irukkum. When you listen to a normal recitation of Ramayana, itself is so blissful. Imagine if somebody can sing it also. Patye, gehe, chamaduram. If you read Ramayanam normally, simple ragam potale, it will be very beautiful. If somebody can sing Ramayanam, it is beautiful. Now this Lava and Kusha had the power to not only recite Ramayanam, but also to sing them. Imagine the amount of sweetness they would have spread. Maduram pramane istri viranvitam. Moonu pramanam. When you are singing, there is always three paces. Dhritam. Vilambini nallaluthu. 4 times. 2 times ilta madhyam ne per. So they knew which shloka to elongate, which shloka to shorten, and which shloka to keep it in the normal speed. And Valmiki thought, perfect person. And he gave them Bhagavatam, Ramayanam, and he told them, go everywhere. Go ashrama after ashrama. Don't just be shy to tell that in cities. Don't be shy to tell it in villages. Even if Raja calls you, Dhairyama pai sollu. Even if that's what he wanted, Raja Ramachandra Prabhu to listen. So go and tell. Don't worry about food. A lot of fruits are there, roots are there. Go to the forest, eat the fruit. Don't worry about food. So they went around telling Ramayanam place to place, and finally they are going to actually tell Ramayanam to Ramachandra Prabhu. Janaki Kanta Smaranam Jai Jai Rama Rama Anjaneya Swamiji.